Record. Oh, good. Oh, goody. Okay. So welcome everybody to our first Monday of the month for July. So this is our bigger team meeting for the month, but we keep these going every Monday for our coaches who have signed on for the last 30 days. So this tonight is for everyone, and I want to start with just a little bit of recognition quickly. We had a killer June. And so just want to recognize some of those coaches who were 10 and above. Lindsay's on the call. She had 10 SC points for the month of June. Brandy Vicchio had 10. Katie Fuller, you're on the call too. You had 10. Totally killed it. For the month of June, Kathy Papp had 10, Michelle Langlois, I saw your face too, and Liz so Michelle had 10, Liz had 13, Monica had 11, Maria Mercado had 13, Nancy Wilson had 14, Rachel Zajac had 15, and Julie Zimmerer had 20. So those are—
Cameron Egan had 21.
Yes, I did. I did have 21. Thank you. I did. I put that up. I don't include myself in the recognition. I'll let Shane take care of recognizing me. But you guys, this team is doing an amazing job. I mean, Megan, you had 7. Marcy, where did I have you? I don't know what you had. Oh, I lost my freaking picture. But you guys are all doing the work, and that's why you're on this call. You know, you get on the calls because you know you're learning more and more, and you're helping more and more people, and that's really what this is about. And the more you learn, the more confident you are, the better you can share Shakeology with other people. And and then our fitness programs just kind of come along with that. So just amazing job. July is going to be amazing with Size, but don't wait till Size comes out. I'm so glad we still have the 21-day fix, both extreme and regular, still on sale this month. We'll see Size also release later on this month, and that'll add to the specials this month. And so that's why they kept it the same. And as soon as we know anything, I'm going to be like mass sending stuff out of Nashville. So, and I'm sure everybody on this team who's going to be there is going to be doing the same. So as soon as we hear things, we'll make sure that you guys are up to date and know what's going on. So amazing job for June. That's kind of the announcements for July. What I want you guys to be thinking of, and what we're going to start to talk about this week, is Cup, is the Beachbody Cup. And basically that is a team of 5 led by 1 leader. They do not have to be a diamond coach, but there can only be 1 diamond coach or above on each group of 5. So I will run a team. Every leader on our team will run a team, at least 1, maybe 2. I might run a second team under my uncle's account. So we run these teams and we work together and we try to help as many people as possible. And there's always prizes from the company to earn as well. So I've gotten shirts and wear and share, and I pulled out my beach share that I won last year. I have an umbrella, all kinds of stuff. I have gloves and a hat and a scarf. Thankfully it's summer and we probably won't have any of those, but we'll see what the prizes are. And it just makes it super fun to share with people, and gives a good competition. You guys listen to the National Wake Up Call today. Emily Robitas, she's on our bigger team, Team Bearcat, and she is one of the first Canadian coaches and has led 2 Cup teams to victory. And they actually get to go out to California and be at Beachbody Corporate, and they get to go to a workout with a personal trainer, a trainer one-on-one, then the 5 of them and the trainer. So it's a lot of fun. People can absolutely win. There's no reason why anybody on this team couldn't win. I mean, they were like powerhouses, but you start laying the foundation now. You start talking to people, you start hyping up Size, and you start talking about it, and telling all those people who we know are going to love Size why this is the next program, why this is going to be for them. So My daughter can't wait for it to come out because she wants to exercise, and this is actually going to be a program that I don't have to be like, don't pick up those weights. Stop picking up the weights. You're 7. So she can just dance and have fun and sweat and still be healthy. And so I think that this program is going to be amazing for so many different people. So those are my announcements. And Brandy joined us. Brandy kicked butt for June. By the way, I did recognition. You didn't hear me, but I'm going to recognize you personally because you did SE10 out of nowhere. Like, hello. I mean, you know what you're doing, girl. So let's get back at it. We're going to get back at it for June. For July. So, all right. So tonight is about challenge groups, right? We're talking about all things challenge groups, and people get really confused. I know I did. So this is really for everybody. We're going to talk about all of them, and when you guys have specific questions, I'm going to open it up at the end. So be thinking about them, and feel free to type them as I'm talking in the chat, and then I'll go to the chat at the end. So challenge groups. First and foremost, challenge groups are your job. If you're not running a challenge group, you're not doing your job. If you're not inviting, you're not being the products of the products, and you're not doing your personal development, and you're not running challenge groups, how are you helping people? So challenge groups are really our way of keeping our customers accountable to those goals that they talk to us about, right? So as you were trying to pair them with the right fitness program along with their Shakeology, you talked about what goals are they looking to accomplish? What have they struggled with before? Why hasn't this worked for them? Why did they fail before if they've had those experiences, right? So the accountability, motivation, and support in these groups is second to none. And so, yes, some are going to start and you're going to have no engagement. Nobody's going to talk to you. That's okay. It doesn't mean that they're not watching you. Very similar to what our posts on our page are, right? You've got customers in there. They told you they wanted to work with you. It doesn't matter. Talk to them, okay? So challenge groups are for your customers. I will share that for me, when I'm doing a fitness challenge group, I do not run them any more than 21 days. Let me also preface this by saying I've done lots of different options, and you guys are welcome to try any smattering you'd like, but I'm going to share with you what has worked for me and what I encourage all of my coaches to do, because I've tried them all. I've tried the entire, I did P90X3 the entire 90 days. Adria was in that group. I think we all wanted to pluck our eyelashes out by day 70. We were like, oh my God, if I have to deal with that, you're tired of kind of the same. I don't know what it is about groups in general, even training groups, right? They get too long and they get stale and blah, I don't know. So for me, I've had a hard time keeping a challenge group going for 90 days. It just doesn't work. So when 21 Day Fix came out, and prior to that, we know 21 days it takes to make a habit, right? So it's good to freshen them up. So for me, what I do every single month is I run a 21-day challenge group only for my customers who have purchased Shakeology and a fitness program, okay? They didn't have to do that together, right? They might have had a fitness program from Amazon, and now I've hooked them up with Shakeology, and now they've got what they need, right? Or they ordered a challenge pack long ago. They haven't done squatting with their fitness. Maybe their Shakeology even lapsed. Now I'm like, let's get you back into the challenge group, but Shakeology is required. Period, end of story for my challenge groups. And the reason being, guys, is I want to show people value, okay? So I do free challenges, and we'll get to that part. Free challenges all the time. You can be a customer of mine and not have purchased a thing ever and get into a free challenge. That's not what my challenge groups are for. My challenge groups are zeroed in on those people. I'm engaging with you one-on-one, and I want to show them the value of that. How else can I do that if they're not handling their nutrition the way I expect them to be with Shakeology, and they're not working one of our fitness programs, right? So unless they have an injury of some sort, then, of course, be in my challenge group as long as you're drinking your Shakeology. And, the one minute caveat is if somebody had an allergy to Shakeology. If they legit have a reason why they cannot drink Shakeology, then of course I'm going to have them in the challenge group. But I'm going to tell them FYI, please don't say anything about Shakeology because everyone else in this group is drinking Shakeology. And so I just don't want to call attention to the fact that, you have an allergy, which has been so unfortunate that we couldn't figure this out. But let's kind of keep trucking along. So for me, challenge groups that I actually do a fitness component with, it needs to be a full, they need to be drinking Shakeology. So you guys, again, run that however you want. You want to just help people and run a general health group, then run a general health group. However it is you want to run your business, I just find as I approach that third week of the month, and that's when I start mine, they're always the third week of the month. So I'm actually into my second week of my month from last month. Then that'll run 3 weeks. Then I'll have a week off. Then I'll start another one. And I refresh them, so I go back to my old ones, make sure people know I'm starting a new group who wants in. Those people who are in the last group, if they don't respond, if they didn't engage, of course I'm reaching out to them. I'm doing all of that stuff. But just like people lose, they said they wanted to do this with you and then you don't hear from them, they don't order a challenge pack. The same thing happens when they become a customer. They ordered the challenge pack and then they're like, you're like, where'd you go? What happened? That happens. Even doing the best we can to follow up with them. Okay. That doesn't mean I ever give up on them. There are customers that I've been working with who cannot get on the shtick, and you just got to keep trying to figure out what's going to help them, what's going to work for them, where's the light switch going to go on, and just keep at it. You just got to keep helping them, especially if they're not health conscious, if they've had difficulty, and that's obviously my customer base. That's just my niche, and that's what gravitates to me. So, because of my story. So always run a challenge group. If you're not running a paid challenge group, you need to be running a free challenge group. So, right, I said every month I run a challenge group for my customers. So I'm into my second week. I called it Summers Here, Healthy Living or something like that. I don't know. Come up with something fun. You can run them in teams of people. You can run them with your success partner. You can run them by yourself. I run them and then I invite my entire downline. So you guys, everybody's invited, and you could be adding customers to my group. But I do it so that I'm training, right? So I'm showing my new customers, my new coaches what to do. So those challenge groups are crucial. Then I also run a free challenge group every month. I found one that I love that I tried last month, and I will now refresh it every single month. It's called the Challenge, Couch to Challenge, kind of like that Couch to 5K thing. I love the challenge disc that comes with the 21-Day Fix Extreme workout. It's a pyramid workout. She starts with one move, does it 4 reps, then does the next workout. If you haven't tried it yet, it's awesome. It's only available to people who order a challenge pack through a coach. So they can't get it any other way than getting it through me. And then we talk, it's a 7-day program. It's 13 moves. I break them down into 2 a day. The last day has 1. And then they do the entire thing twice. And I give them modifications. It's all video pretty much. And so they love it. People love it. They can invite their friends to it. I do that because at this point in my business, I don't have any new friends to friend. I've exhausted everybody. I have I don't know. I have friends of friends. People are like, how do you know so-and-so? I'm like, I don't. I don't know them. I know them on Facebook. But we have 15 mutual friends. Doesn't that count? So I'm looking for more people to be watching me, right? So I'm bringing them over from my leg page to my personal page. And that's why I do these free challenges, because they have to be my friend in order for me to put them in a private group, right? So I don't run it off the event page. I do an event just to broadcast it and to generate people and to let them invite their friends. And then I take everybody from that event page and I put them in a private group. And the reason I do that is really the main reason for me is because I want friends. So I could run the challenge group right on there, but then it's public, 1, and 2, I don't gain any of those people as my friends necessarily, right? So I friend requested everybody last night and I said, hey, I'm so excited. You want to join my Couch to Challenge? I can't wait to add you, but unfortunately I said, but I don't think I said unfortunately. I said, but we have to be friends in order for me to do that. So as soon as you accept my friend request, I'll be sure to add you. I woke up this morning with like 20 new friends. So I'm gathering those new people watching me, right? by doing that. That's my goal. So you guys have to talk with your upline about what your goals are for your business, and then you determine how you gauge your challenge groups, right? What do you do? Do you want to introduce people to Shakeology? Should we be doing a 6-day free Shakeology challenge? That they have to have the sampler pack, right? They purchase the sampler pack, and then you run a 6-day group, but they have to have the sampler pack. That's another option for a challenge group. You might run, one of the free ones that we have that are already in the back. So we've got, I don't know, I think we've got a water challenge, and we've got a arms challenge. So when you find something that you like, or you want to try something else out, just try it and work it out for those couple of weeks, those couple of days, those couple of weeks, but put a time frame on it and look at your calendar. I already got my list of what my plan is for the rest of the year. So when I'm going to run my challenges, what they're going to look like. And I needed to develop a system, and that's why I want to share that with you guys. So the system is first week of the month is a free one, 5 to 7 days. And then you roll into, and that way then I'm generating interest, right? In that first week, I'm talking about 21-day fix, right? In my challenge, I'm posting pictures during the day about my meals, or about, my other things that I'm doing, Shakeology, things like that, right? So I'm generating interest in that group, so that as it closes out, I want to talk with those people about how I can help them continue on with their goals. What are their goals? Why did they join this group? I'm following up with people. I'm forming with them. I'm getting to know these strangers who I don't know, and figure out how I can help them. So I have enough time at the end of that first 7 days, that first week, that I have enough time to get them all ordered and then joining my paid challenge group that will start the 3rd week of the month. So challenge groups are crucial to our business. So if you're not running them, then how are we helping our people? Now, I will share one other way that I have seen coaches run, and I think Liz can speak to this as well, because this is something Kristen taught her, is you may decide you want to open up a private group just for your customer base. That is another idea. You can open up basically it's a challenge group. It's anybody who's ever become a customer of yours. They might even be free customers. They might not have ever purchased Shakeology from you. For me, I direct all of those people to my like page. I want people over on my like page. I want them watching what I'm doing over there. And I honestly have enough hard time doing all of my posts for my personal page and my like page to then do it in another group. So for me, that doesn't work. But again, you guys should figure out what might work for you and talk with your upline about what jazzes you, what makes you excited. What's going to excite you and keep you interested in is what I want you to do. You don't have to do everything the way I do it. Like I said, I share what works for me, because that's what I've found. But it doesn't mean that what I do is 100% right or the only way to do it, right? So I think great challenges are ones that you can pair up with another coach. And if you don't have engagement from the beginning, figure out how you can try to gain that traction, how you can get people engaging with you. And I'll be honest with you guys, sometimes it doesn't, you can do all you can do and it doesn't get there. You want to share with people what your expectations are of them in joining your challenge group. So when you're talking to them about getting their challenge pack and you're signing them all up, say, you know what, I have my next online support and accountability group that's going to start soon. This is what it is. This is what I expect of you. I need to see you posting every day. I need to know you've done your workout. I need to know you've drank your Shakeology. I don't want to just be in there talking to myself. So I want you to engage with me. Is that something you think that you can do? And if they're like, yes, okay, then now you've laid the expectations. Now, I'm not a fool. It doesn't mean that they all do it, okay? But at least you shared the expectation, right? So when you don't share the expectation, people are like, we do them all the time. They're like, I'm supposed to post? Like, I don't get it. If nobody else is posting, if nobody else is being vulnerable, then they're not going to be. So when I get a private message, and this happens all the time, it happened this morning, I'll get a private message from a challenger and they'll say, oh my gosh, this. And I'm like, okay, now will you please do me the favor and copy and paste this and post this on the wall? Like, this is exactly the information that you're not alone. There are other people in this group that are dealing with exactly what you're dealing with. I want you to put this, call yourself out, And I want you to put this on the wall. I've seen the most amazing things happen to transform people when they're honest with themselves first and foremost, then they're honest with me, and then they put it out there to a small group of strangers. They're like, whoa. Now you're quite frankly, you're doing therapy, not for nothing, but that's what they're doing right now. They're calling themselves out. They're putting out what they're struggling with, and they're working on, setting a goal for what they're going to do tomorrow. And they've done it right in the group. Now their vulnerability is going to hopefully have somebody else be vulnerable. Guys, we have these awesome challenge group guides in the back office, but by no means do you have to follow them to a T. You can find other motivational posts. I encourage you to do videos. This is why we're such Nazis when we do Coach Basics with you, and we make you do videos, and you're like, I hate Tamara because she's making me do videos. You have to get comfortable with them. That's really all it is. If I didn't like to see myself, do you think I would be able to do this right now? Who wants to do that? If you don't like how you sound, or you don't like how you look, and trust me, none of them are going to be perfect. I look back at some of my old videos. They're hilarious. I'm like, I can't believe I posted that globally on Facebook. Okay. But you know what? It's okay. That's how you learn. Even Melissa McAllister, right? She's a top 10 coach. She does the most amazing tutorials on YouTube. And she'll say, I look back at my old ones. The lighting was terrible. Nobody could see me. You could barely hear my voice. They were terrible, but I got better over time with doing them. So practice, guys. That's all I can say is don't ever be afraid to just jump in and do it. When you're doing another challenge group with another coach, you can also tag team and really help each other. And that helps a lot. So when you see somebody else's customer posting all the time and you're commenting under there, and you and your other coach are talking, and they're like, yeah, they would make such a good coach. I very often said, can I reach out to them for you? And they're like, yeah. So now it's not them saying it, right? It's not me saying it to my customer. It's now a total stranger who's another coach saying it to my customer, right? So we kind of work together in that. And I'm saying it legitimately, like they would make a great coach. The other thing you can do in your challenge groups is, like, for example, I'm going to be going away to Nashville. So I'm asking a couple of my challengers to take over. So I want them to post. I want them to be the coach of the day, and they're going to post in my challenge group. And of course, I am highlighting people who I think would be a good coach, so that when I come back from Nashville, I'm like, so that was awesome. You're a coach and you don't know it. So let's talk. Let's at least get you a discount. Like, let's chat about that. So that's another way to utilize your challenge groups to see who would be good coaches, and give them the responsibility, elevate them, ask them for their assistance. Everybody wants to help people, and then you get a chance to see who's actually in that for that. So that's kind of my shtick on challenge groups, guys. I want to open up the floor to questions, because I think you guys have a lot of questions, or I hope you do anyway, because I don't ever like to just talk to myself. And I want to answer questions that you have about how to leverage challenge groups, how to utilize them. Ask me anything that you want. You guys all got it on lock?
Okay, I have a question.
Hey,
Lauren and I have done a couple. So we did a water challenge and the Commit to Clean, and like nobody participates. A couple of my friends, and that's it, and it's killing me. It's like I feel like we're wasting our time, but I know people watch. So then at the end of my Commit to Clean, I messaged every single person that was on there. Hey, what'd you think? And they're like, yep, loved all the posts. Thanks. I'm all, I didn't know what to say after that. I'm like, okay, thanks. I'm glad you liked it, but I didn't know what to do after that.
Yep. Okay. So, and this is harder when you're doing something like water, because that really can be for anyone. But you can always ask them, why did they join? What was making them interested in joining? And hopefully during your water challenge, you're talking about the health benefits of drinking water. So trying to have conversations with them that are health related and fitness related. It is very, especially on one like that, and is exactly why it's fun. It generates interest. Again, hopefully you're gathering more and more people watching what it is you're doing. But I find for me, I've done water challenge, at least trying to do like a 5-day healthy eating or a 7-day healthy eating or something fitness related, definitely gears your customer base to something. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't move from water challenge to the next challenge and do that, that kind of gradual stepping piece. See what you can do about having people like win something, right? So if
that was my next question.
Even it can be like something super duper cheap, because as you guys are just starting out, you don't want it to be anything like crazy, but it might be like a packet of E&E, or like, just something that is going to be exciting to them. And you might not even share what it is, but like, hey guys, for them, like I did one this weekend. I wanted to see who in my challenge group was going to post both Friday, Saturday, all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You needed to post a picture of your Shakeology, and I wanted a sweaty picture of yourself. Well, that got a lot of people engaging because they want, they wanted to know what, they have no idea what they're winning. I don't know what they're winning. I don't know, something over here, but I mean, I'm just going to pick something, right? So, and it can be something very small. So you can also talk to your direct upline about that, about different ideas. Like I'll go to like right now I went to I have like all these $10 iTunes gift cards, right? So it's a minor investment. I have them in my house for gifts just in case I need them, and I might raffle a $10 iTunes gift card or something like that. So try to generate people talking in that way. But I'll be honest, for both of you guys, you're not alone. It's happened to all of us that we've had challenge groups that you're like, hello, McFly, am I talking to myself? I mean, nobody wants that, but it happens. And my biggest advice is don't ever bail on a challenge group. Don't ever bail. Never bail on a coaching training, a challenge group. If one person's showing up and one person's reading it, then you're doing your job.
Yeah, a lot of my people say that they read every single post and they liked it, because we went from the water challenge to the commit to clean, thinking that we could, go into the 21-day fix, and I didn't get anything from it. But I thought it was a good transition, and they're like, yep, loved all the posts, can't wait for the next one. I'm thinking, yeah, we got to pay. Yeah. So like that's, I'm working on that. But what we've been doing is we post in the event. So like, because we make the event, and then so everybody's like invited or maybe or going. When we're creating the group, do we only add the people that are going and then the maybes, and then not add the invited?
I don't even invite the maybes. I post in the event as you're leading up. You want to generate, hey guys, we're opening up the group page. You got to make a decision. What's the deal? I'll private message them. What's with the maybe? You don't want to drink water? Like, what's the deal? So I'll like make it a joke, engage with them. But I have like 185 people in, that have been invited, and I had 60 some accept. So, it's only the accepted people. It takes plenty of time once you get to that point, for the people. Yeah. So only those people. And that sometimes might help you with engagement, because if people know anything about Facebook, an event is wide open. They're not talk about their struggles if they think other people can see them. And even with our challenge groups, I can't tell you how many times I have to reiterate to my customer base, no one else except for who's inside this group can see you. That's it. Nobody can see what you're posting. It's not winding up on your wall somewhere. People get sketched about that stuff. And so you want to reiterate that with your customers. And you can do that really easily in a quick video to them.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Of course. Anytime. Nobody else has any other questions about challenge groups? What one are you running, Lindsay? What's your challenge group lately?
I am on my second 21-day fix, day 1. And this particular group is a very large group of people that, like, we just did our goals today, and all of them are extremely motivated to, as their goal, lose weight, which obviously is the point of the program. But I just finished a 21-day fix before, like, Sunday.
Yeah.
And I just started another one. And I learned a lot from that other group because I didn't post enough throughout the day to try to, like, check in or give them maybe, like, another question to think about. So, like, while the posting today was, what's your goal? And everybody wrote, oh, well, you know, I want to lose weight, or I want to, you know, prepare my food, you know, like the basic kind of answers, in my opinion. I said, okay, well, great. I'm so glad that everybody has these awesome goals. Okay, so you don't have to post this, but your next thought process is how? How are you going to get there?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what are your stepping stones to get to that goal? And you need to post it somewhere on your mirror, on a sticky note, something to keep you focused on your how. You know, it's how are you going to get to that goal? So I think, you know, I don't know what anybody thought of it, because I'd asked them not to share it, but because I think that is just more of a personal thing that they aren't ready for on day one. But I've got a lot, like, this is a very different group than my first group. I actually have 2 people from my last group that kind of crapped out and personal messaged me and said, I just can't get it together. Can I join the next group? Can I do something else? And I said, sure, absolutely. So I'm hoping those 2 will chip in a little bit more and understand it a little bit better. And I think it takes that sometimes.
Absolutely.
And I learned a lot from that first one, because that was my first paid one. You know, I did the first veggie and fruit one, and then that led into the first one. And so I think it's a learning process.
Totally, guys.
Do it. So
and just know, for all of you guys, especially when you're dealing with your close friends and family, Katie, and they're like, oh, I can't wait to do everything free with you. Can you burn me the discs? Can you do this? You're like, no, I'm not going to burn you the discs. You know that you guys have to become legitimate. People are watching to see if you're consistent. If you're going to be consistent, are you going to keep on your health and fitness journey? Are you actually going to show a transformation? Or is this just some fly by the night shit you doing this time? I can assure you that people wondered if nobody ever said it to me, but I know people were like, what is she doing now? Like, come on now, right? So now it's like, oh, 3 years later, she's been able to keep the weight off. She keeps looking better and better every time she puts pictures of above herself. Oh, now she knows what she's talking about, right? So just know that takes time, and that takes consistency, and it takes a lot of failure, and it takes a lot of groups that suck, and it takes a lot of people telling you no, and it takes a lot of people ignoring you, and it takes all of that. So please know, just because I'm where I'm at, and Shane's where she is, or Michelle is where she is, and Liz is working hard, and Lisa's been a coach and a diamond for a long time, just because we've all had, does not mean we haven't been there. Does not mean we haven't had challenge groups that have been like, with that. It does not mean that we don't lose customers. They buy our stuff and they're like, whoop, 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 where'd they go? I don't know. I do a dust it off challenge group every year. Like, can you please just dust off the challenge pack that is sitting there? And how about we check the expiration dates? Everybody know there's the one on the Shakeology bag? Let me show you where it is. And if it's expired, throw it in the trash can, because it's going to taste like crap. Our stuff is not meant to be eaten and drank after the expiration date. So I educate people about that. So just know that we've all been there. All of us who have been doing this all of this time have failed miserably at many a challenge group. And then we've had other ones that have been crazy successful, and then we can evaluate. But that's where your one-on-ones with your upline come. Talk to them about what's going on. Talk to them about what's struggling you. Talk to them about how, one of your goals for this next week is to get engagement in your challenge group. How are you going to do that? Exactly what Lindsay's asking. How? Do that with your upline. That's why we're here. So be scheduling those one-on-one calls with your upline, getting on the phone with them, not just messaging. Messaging's great, but get on the phone. They all know we're doing that with everybody, following a format and really talking about the good, the bad, the ugly, and let's help you guys move this forward. You're doing an amazing, amazing job. Every single one of you on this call is connected, is